The reading from the Gospel is taken from Matthew chapter 28, verses 16 to the end, the Great Commission. Then the 11 disciples went to Galilee, to the mountain where Jesus had told them to go. When they saw him, they worshipped him, but some doubted. Then Jesus came to them and said, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age." This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.
May what I say be about the Trinity and not about me. Amen. The picture you've seen at the front of this sermon just before I started speaking was a picture of the carving of the Trinity knot on the front of Lamley's font, on the front of our new font. And it's a wonderful carving. And to have it there on the font is more than a statement that says this is Holy Trinity's font. For me, it's actually a statement about what we've just heard in James' reading from Matthew 28. It reminds us that baptism is something we do to baptise people into the Trinity. We baptise them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. For me, this is the deeper mystery of baptism. That in baptism, we are acknowledging a truth about God which is beyond our understanding. There is an old joke about ministers who want to test if somebody really wants to go into the ministry, if they really are called to serve God. And that is to give them the Trinity Sunday service to preach, to try and explain the mysteries of Trinity. And it's a big and it's a deep mystery, and it's a wonderful mystery. Some of you might remember this from the other year, my wonderful triangle of God. That attempt by me to explain how Father, Son and the Holy Spirit coexist, are co-eternal, and are a part of each other. It's been trying to be explained in so many different ways, hasn't it? Famously, it's St. Patrick's clover. There's people explain it in terms of the different states that an element can be in. So whether it's water, ice, steam. It tends to explain it as a rainbow. When you look at a rainbow, you have to realise that it has been produced by the breaking up of white light. And the Trinity is like that. When you look at God, you see God, but also within that, like a rainbow colours, there's also Father, Son and Holy Spirit. Often when I talk to families about baptism, it's the easiest way I find to explain it is that God the Father made the world, God the Son saves the world, and God the Holy Spirit lives with us in the world. And yet none of that is quite complete. I always come back to that wonderful statement that was said by so many thinkers, Christian thinkers over the centuries. How can we who are mortal explain the immortal? How can we grasp what Trinity truly is? We have God who created everything, who stands beyond the very edges of time. We have God the Son who came and lived with us in our form, in our image. And we have God the Spirit who can live within us. So we have God from the ultimate extremes to the smallest space, and he is in all of it, through all of it, and held in all of it. This is the mystery of Trinity. And yet it gives us a God who is not somebody who is beyond us that we cannot reach or attain, because he has been here and he's in here. Our God, it's a terrible thing to say it, but I don't think of any other song that says it better. Our God is a great big God. He is larger than the universe. But he loves us. We who are in his image, he loves. He restores and he builds. I don't think we will ever, even when we are standing before God, really understand what the power of Trinity is. But we know that that power saves us. We know that that power has created everything. In the beginning, there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and nothing that was made without the Word. In the beginning, God's Spirit moved across the face of the waters. He was there, each part of him. I've had people try to explain it, and I've tried to explain it, as in, how many different ways are you seen? I am Michael the Son. I am Michael the Father. I am Michael the Minister. But I am Michael in a time and a space. Whereas God the Father and God the Son and God the Holy Spirit is beyond all of that. Bigger, deeper, wider, closer and more intimate. We can never grasp fully the idea of Trinity. But what we can get is that feeling of relationship from it. For God is a God of love and relationship. And that is expressed in the reality of Trinity. And is expressed in how we are with each other and with him. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. Love your neighbour as you love yourself. Love the Lord your God with all your might. I've said before, those three statements are for me the thing that sums up my faith. God who loved the world so much that he gave his Son to save it, and my reaction to it, to love him in his complete mystery and love my neighbour, hard as it can be. That is Trinity. Father God, I ask that, bewildering as your mystery may be, that through your Trinity we are touched and loved and held. And that our God goes from within us to beside us to beyond us. And yet all three are with us. Amen.